thing you want to look at. It's service. Or even if you've got no husband or wife to serve, no kids to serve, then serve pets. One lady was just saying, she was all by herself. And she thought, I'm all alone, I'll get one dog. And she was thinking she'll enjoy having the dog. Actually, now she's become complete slave to the dog. She can't even go out of the house. The dog is happy when she's at home. As soon as she goes to the door, and it's like that. It's like, so now she's become completely slave to the dog, completely servant to the dog. She was thinking, I'm the master of the dog. Actually, the dog is the master. The dog wants food. She has to go and run for food. Nice. The dog wants a cat. She has to pat the dog. If you take the dog for a walk, then what do you have to do? And the dog poos, and who's picking it up? The dog is picking it up, and you're picking it up. You're such a menial servant you are. You're a very good servant. Picking up the poo, you even take plastic bag with you all prepared and a glove and everything, and maybe even a brush and whatever, because you're all ready to serve the dog like that. Prabhupada said like that, you don't want to be servant of God, G-O-D. Then you become servant of dog, D-O-G. Isn't it? Just reverse. G-O-D, G-O-G. You don't want to serve God? Okay, but you can't escape service, so serve dog. You don't want to serve me, God? Then serve dog. But the nature is to serve. Can't escape that. You have no choice because your nature, it's like chili. Does a chili have a choice? Sugar has choice. Water has choice. No, the soul doesn't have choice. It's what we are. We're made to serve. The soul's nature, we're made, our constitution is to serve. Nature is you must serve, but then the choice is, well then, who are you going to serve? You don't have a choice about serving or not. You must serve. The choice is then who are you going to serve? D-O-G or G-O-D? That only choice we have. But nature, our dharma is to serve. Like that. But what is the characteristics then of serving in this material nature? Of serving the body or others' bodies or the government or the country or whatever, the animals. What's the characteristics of that service? Are we happy through that service? Generally not. What are some problems with serving in this world? This body, others' bodies. You can never please anyone, that's one thing, isn't it? No matter how much we serve other people in the country or whatever, we're never happy. Isn't it? Gandhi, for example, worked so hard to serve his countrymen. And what happened to him? Were they happy? Bang. One of his own countrymen killed him. They're not happy. They had a whole list of reasons why they weren't happy with Gandhi. 108 reasons why they were dissatisfied with Gandhi and eventually did shoot him. But on his side, he tried so hard from the best he knew to serve his country. But nobody was, well, some people were happy, but not everybody was happy, isn't it? They say you can please, what is it? All the people some of the time. Some of the people all the time, isn't it? Like that. But you can't please all the people all the time. So like that, you're not happy, even though we try to render good service. Like that. No matter how hard the husband works or whatever, but the son or the wife is not satisfied. Work more harder. I want more. I want a bigger house and a new car and more jewelry and more clothes. And sometimes we see never not satisfied. You're not like that, guy. Hey, you're not like that. I'm just talking generally.
I know.
You're satisfied. I know you're husband and do this like that. So the general principle we see in this world that nobody's satisfied. And the other big problem is whatever service we render, even you might be, have a nice service relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever like that, but it's temporary. That's another big problem with serving in the material world, isn't it? We think we're going to live, isn't it, happily ever after, but does it happen? What do you think? Says like that in the movies only. Then they walked off into the sunset and lived happily ever after. But it's all temporary. Both the man, both the woman is temporary. The dog. Our neighbour in Newcastle, she had a very loving service relationship with her dog. But there was some impediment there. What was that? A bulge developed out of the backside of the dog. And she started freaking out, worried. So sure enough, she took it to the vet. And what did the vet say? It's some kind of cancer. And sure enough, within a week or two, the dog was dead. You know, so she's been morose ever since. One big problem with service relationships in the mature world, they're all temporary. It's a big problem. So that's not going to satisfy us, because the nature of the soul is we're eternal. We're looking for eternal service, because we're eternal. But everything we get in the material is only temporary. And nobody's satisfied also with whatever service has been given. So therefore, if we want to render service, we should look elsewhere. We should look into eternal service. And that is called bhakti. Bhakti yoga. Is connecting with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in a relationship of eternal service. And that only gets better and better and better eternally. This material world, we're always oscillating between enjoyment and suffering. It's called Bhoga Chaga. Bhoga means enjoyment. Chaga means you have to give up the enjoyable situation. You have to renounce it. Like our regular weekly schedule, what days are Bhoga days? What days are Chaga days? In terms of enjoyment days, and giving up days of giving up the enjoyment, generally. What are the Chaga days? Where we're not doing what we want to do. We're not really enjoying it. Huh? Monday to Friday, right? That's Chaga. And Bhoga? What's left? Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, joy, eat, drink, and be merry, right? And then Monday morning comes Chaga. You have to give it up, back to the office, back to the factory, and it's not enjoyable. So that's material life. We're always oscillating between trying to enjoy ourselves and then giving up that enjoyment. But spiritual life, that is completely stopped. Spiritual life means you're always thinking about giving enjoyment to the Supreme Person, to Krishna. Krishna has many names. One of the names of the Supreme Being is Krishna, the all-attractive person. So he completely fulfills all the desires of the soul.